disable, sorry. After I end my lecture, I will enable the mic. Okay, so if you have taken my MCI subject, which maybe half of you have taken, another half maybe have not. So again, I repeat, this class is a mixture of 2 different batch generally or more, but majority it's either my previous MCI student last semester and student that I have never teach before. Okay, so be patient if the content maybe look like similar. Actually, some, not all today. Most of it, in terms of exercise, I try to create a new one so that you won't recycle your whole exercise 100%. Okay, so let me add the slide first. Okay, so to share the slide, I think I prefer use Microsoft Teams. So EB wise, maybe for attendance during physical session, or maybe even attendance is not via EB wise, it will be from Click. Okay, so for slide, I use the old slide plus some new explanation. Okay, so the slide I will provide here. In previous semester, we did a survey among the students, and majority FCM, a few years starting from maybe 4 or 5 years back, majority are actually using iPhone. Okay, so if I want to do assignment with Android, it will be a problem for some of you, especially those who don't have Android. Okay. All right, let me share the slide. If you have the old slide, it is the old slide for those who have taken MCI. Don't worry, this is not the main item. The main item is our exercise. Okay, so I hope I'm presenting the correct. The screen is correct, right? Okay, so if anything goes wrong, this, if I don't respond, you call me, or maybe my PC have to restart because the PC that I'm using is not the latest. It's more than, I think, more than 7 years old. Okay, so if I'm disconnected, call my number. If the screen is the wrong screen or I'm not showing the correct item on your screen, then please tell me, because Microsoft Teams, it doesn't display what I'm displaying onto the web browser. Like Google Meet, I know what I'm displaying. But here, I'm not sure whether I'm correctly displaying the correct screen or not. Okay, so I'm going to use the same slide, but maybe in a different point of view. Okay. Double check everything is correct or not. Okay, so the slide, if you look, same. I haven't decided anything new in the slide. Usually I use latest references. So slide is difficult to keep up to date because in subject that involves in technology, hardware and software, it is evolving very fast. I do the slide today, maybe next week is maybe some of the content might be obsolete. So generally, I prefer we use references online. After this, we'll go through some references. Okay, so if you look at the slide, we look at the evolution of mobile first. So most of you still either using 4G phone or already upgraded to 5G phone. Okay, and the price of 5G phone should be dropping because now the service provider are doing a lot of campaign and promotion so that you buy packages that uses 5G inclusive with phone. Okay, some of you prefer to buy the device separately, not from the telco. Some prefer just buy from the telco plus the internet and call packages all in one. So all in all, most people will say that it's cheaper if you buy the device separately rather than buy it from telco. Okay, you can do some research, and most of you will agree that it will cost you more if you buy the device from the telco. So if you buy from telco, there are contracts. There's a lot of things that you have to consider before you terminate. Maybe you'll be penalized and so on. Okay, so the monthly subscription is fixed to certain term. So if you look, the promotion is getting aggressive, and they are trying to push their 5G devices, and a lot of telco are providing the user with a lot of interesting offers now. I haven't checked the latest, but I think some of you is keeping up with some of the offers. Okay, so the comparisons. Sorry if I'm repeating the same slide. I'm explaining it for the new student that haven't taken my subject before. Okay, so the comparison between the first G until 5G, if you look, the technology in general is getting faster, more efficient. Okay, in terms of price, it's very subjective. It might become more expensive. Okay, so sometimes even though the technology to manufacture the hardware is getting more advanced, but the overall cost might be increasing. Okay, because the process is getting more complicated. Okay, in general, also the device, you cannot say that it's getting more cheaper. The price is very subjective. Sometimes because of other factors like currency exchange. When you buy iPhone, maybe you have to consider the currency exchange. Most devices is not made in Malaysia, so we have to consider the currency exchange rate as well. And now the ringgit is dropping, so we'll see some goods or product in terms of price will slightly be increased. Okay, and the government is also imposing new taxes. Maybe the hike is 2% or 3%, but still it is used by the sellers to increase the price itself. They use it as an excuse. Okay, so in general as well, the technology also allows the device to become smaller. Okay, so last time we have bulky devices, then we have the size become smaller, compact into small device until maybe at certain point people want slightly a larger screen now. So now from a 7-inch screen, they want an unfolded version. So it's now getting back to larger screen from normal candy bar device or normal device, you get a folded device so that you get a larger screen. And most users love to watch or play games on larger screen nowadays. So they are investing on foldable device, or they mirror the screen as you did last semester. You mirror your screen, connect your device to a larger screen. Okay, so in general, the overall quality of content getting better. The size of the content in terms of kilobyte, megabyte, okay, is getting bigger. So that's not a surprise because the complexity of the content, the details, especially you are in creative industry. Last time the video maybe not even 1 gig, you can download the movie. Now to get medium quality movie, now the size may be 1 gig. Okay, if you want a 4K movie, and then higher. All right, so size, we are talking about, some people use the term weight, the weight of the file. Okay, the size is getting bigger. The games are more realistic. Overall, we can see better lah. Okay, so the complexity of the content, overall is also getting more complicated. But in this subject, we'll try to introduce some not so complex, or in other words, easier method for you to begin with. Okay, so we are not going to develop code base 100%. It will be more on mixture, and this week we'll be using a no code or minimum code platform. Yeah, no code or minimal code. Okay, next, this one, 4G versus 5G. Okay, so you can go to through the comparison. Overall, most places in Malaysia will be covered in 5G soon, and you can check the coverage. After this, we go to the slide where we can check the coverage. Okay, next we look at the comparison. You look at, I'm not going to explain in the detail. So some of the part or slide, I will not explain in detail. I will only highlight the thing that I think important at this point. So later on, maybe we'll come back to the topic again. For example, here I'm not explaining IoT, what else, latency. Okay, so these are the technical stuff, more interesting for those who are concerned with your network speed and performance. Okay, so the next thing is related to you guys, content. What kind of content is considered as the killer app? So 5G killer app, last time I checked, there's no convincing content, but we can search in Google quickly, 5G killer app. Let's see what are the recent article highlight. So if you search for 5G killer app, there are, look for a recent article. Maybe there are new suggestion. What kind of killer app, or the main attraction when you have a fast network? What are the main type of content that will entice the user? Okay, so here I randomly, I haven't checked the article, so randomly I take ZDNet and TechTarget and see what they mention. What are the killer app? Okay, so it says here, no conclusive mentions. Okay, so it's very general. Here, for example, TechTarget say more onto the characteristic of the app, not a specific app. Okay, so here it says, let me check the chat window. Is anything wrong with my presentation? Somebody is calling me. Okay, so it's not student. There's a caller, Firdaus. There's a Firdaus among you. So I was wondering if there is anything wrong with my connection. Okay, so if you call me, probably I already set silent. So you need to call a few times if anything goes wrong. Okay, so the description of the app, higher capacity, increased connectivity, those are general description. But here it says that it will be private 5G. So what kind of private 5G? Okay, it says something like the listed item here. Okay, so there's no conclusive kind of content. Okay, so we'll stick to question mark here. No conclusive kind of killer app. Okay, maybe some general description. Okay, so it says here in another article, killer app is still missing. So people are not really really enticed to upgrade their device from 4G to 5G because whatever the content available today, most important content are still supported if you still maintain your 4G device without upgrading. Okay, so there's no bait for you to upgrade to 5G yet. unless the price is getting really cheap and you really need to buy a new phone this year. So probably you'll buy 5G device. Okay, so 5G device, you can check most buyer will read the review. Okay, for example, if you are hunting for phone now, okay, so search for best 5G budget devices, yeah. So it will suggest to you some of the budget devices, so it's getting cheaper, but you'll be getting maybe less feature from the flagship devices. So surprisingly, I haven't buy handphone for quite some time, so I'm surprised with the price of 5G devices. So these are the 5G under 1,000 that you can get. So if you're hunting for a phone, maybe you look for budget, or most of you own 5G iPhone devices, which are great. We can do a lot of interesting assignment with your iPhone later. Okay, so next, this one I skip. Okay, so to check the coverage, this one for my previous student, you already checked. New student, please check. The coverage of your signal can be monitored in some website, yeah. Okay, so if you're wondering whether your carrier is providing 5G or not in the area or not, okay, so you can go to this website, yeah. Okay, it doesn't want to work with my browser. Okay, if you go to the telco website, let's say you are subscribing to Telcom will have their own map. Okay, DG will have their own map, and every telco will have their own coverage map. This map doesn't work today. Network coverage. Select a carrier. I can't select a carrier. Okay, maybe something wrong with my browser. Okay, so I think this website maybe have some problem. Alternatively, we can go to other website that provide coverage map. Okay, so those who are living in rural area, probably they are not enjoying a good connection as you are. If you're living in the city, of course, we have more satellite, more towers, so you'll get better coverage. Okay, satellite means the not satellite, the dish. Okay, land dish, the tower. Okay, satellite will cover everything. Okay, so most telco provider will have their map or coverage map in their website. So if the nperf doesn't work, for some reason it doesn't want to load today, usually it load. Okay, so I'm using another variation of the nperf map. Okay, it has the 5G coverage specific link for 5G. Okay, so for 5G in Malaysia, sorry if it doesn't, the previous link doesn't work, you search for 5G coverage map. Well, I put in the link, put in the chat the link. So this one work. The one in the slide doesn't work. Not sure what's the reason. So the nperf Malaysia map doesn't display, but the 5G worldwide still work. So we'll look at 5G worldwide and you zoom in and you'll see that our country mostly are covered in big cities. So if you are somewhere here in the middle of peninsula, you won't get any good coverage because there's no 5G. So at the rural area, logically the telco won't spend money to install towers, 5G towers, 5G antennas because there's no user. So they will focus to place their infrastructure in where the user are. So the rural area, they will be using the previous generation 4G of 2.5G. Okay. Okay, 3G no longer offered in Malaysia. So if you have 3G phone, you have to change your network to some other technology. Okay, as I mentioned in my previous lecture, we have this 3G sunset where all 3G network is already retired, closed, replaced with more advanced or previous technology if still available in some area. Okay, so 3G sunset, close or shut down all the services related to 5G. Sorry, 3G. Okay, so for telco, every single telco usually will provide the map of their coverage. Okay, so I'm not promoting MAD6. So if you don't like MAD6, okay, go to some other website according to your telco, and there will be map of the coverage. Okay, so before you travel to, let's say you are assigned to work in certain area for 1 week. So before you go there, you make sure that your telco service is available or not. Otherwise, you need to maybe subscribe to a new telco. Okay. So what happened to area which is not covered by 5G? Okay, they are still relying on old technology. 2G, 3G is already sunset or already closed, shut down, retired, whatever you call it. Okay, so 2G still exists in certain area where it supports call only, no basic voice call, no video call. Okay, so for worldwide, you go to the NPERF and you'll see that Malaysia is getting better compared to previous 3 or 4 years where we are quite left behind compared to even Indonesia. So in Indonesia now, you can see that Malaysia have more purple spot than Indonesia. Last time, Indonesia have more purple spot than us. Okay, so we are trying to catch up with the demand of the consumer. Yeah, so most consumer are now consuming large content. Large content means require higher speed. Okay, so 5G is the solution. Okay, next. Wireless, Malaysian wireless. This one is article related to latest news in Malaysia, focusing on telco and so on. So if you haven't visited this website, so let's have a look. Malaysian wireless, what are the latest hot news? The latest hot news is nothing hot, but if you are aware of the government policy, most of us have to register to the PADU service, PADU, PADU. Okay, so it's not highlighted here. It's not directly related to mobile service. Okay, so you'll be getting, if you are getting some kind of okay, if you're getting some kind of money award or subsidy or what you call it, BRIM, or now for student, there are a package for you. You'll get 100 or 200 annually. So maybe they will based on your registration in PADU. So the registration may be officially disclosed, but I haven't checked. Maybe they will be lenient and extend. Okay, so those who are getting 100 ringgit, 200 ringgit annually, maybe you should make sure that you already registered that. So Malaysian wireless, nothing interesting today. Last time there are something interesting that I want to maybe highlight. Okay, nothing interesting. For me, for you, maybe you'll find if it's interesting, you read. Yeah. Okay, next, how to test your speed. The easiest is, of course, from your phone. You can use several tools or several websites that allows you to test your speed. So usually, whatever speed that is displayed by the result is the real-time speed. Okay, ideally you won't get whatever the advertisement say. In the advertisement of the telco, it will say you'll get 100, let's say 100 megabit per second is 5 years ago. Let's say they said you should get 1 gigabit per second. When you test, you won't get that speed. Yeah, you'll get real-time speed because it will average of your upload download, and you are competing with your neighbors, your fellow roommate, housemate, so you'll get less. Okay, I think you have your favorite tool to test your speed. Mine, okay, why I'm slow. If you see that I'm lagging because I'm using this speed, 42 megabit per second. Okay, so you might have your own other speed test. Speed test. Okay, so speed is very important in mobile content. If your content delivered in a very slow network, then people will leave. Okay, people will consume or visit other websites. Okay, so for service provider, they have their own testing tool. But if you want more, sometimes if we ask the telco to test for us, maybe we get higher. I'm not sure. So maybe we use an independent tester. Telco will try to promote their speed. So if their speed doesn't look good, then people will start complaining. Okay, so maxi speed test and compared to independent speed test. So if I test using telco, I'll get very fast. If I use an independent test, I'll get maybe a judgment. Okay, telco will promote their speed, so usually maybe it's questionable. And most of the time, you'll get higher download than upload because most users consume content rather than upload content. Okay, for companies, maybe they scale their package so that if they are dealing with a lot of upload, they will maybe upscale the upload limit. Okay, so for most consumer, we have larger download speed or download capacity than upload. Okay, that's very normal because you are consuming the content, you are not uploading your content. Okay, so the network speed is very important. Another way of testing is we use ping. Yeah, how to? Sometimes your overall network is very fast. If you say this is fast, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, this is fast. Now this is considered slow. Okay, so if your network is okay, but when you visit a website, it doesn't load as normal as it should be, then what you can use is the ping tool. Okay, so ping, you can check whether the website is slow or not by ping the website. This one is not the tool that I want. Okay, the tool that you should be using is okay, maybe there are easier tool. I haven't used this one. The easiest is we can use what we call ping monitoring tool. But if you don't have that, we can use the basic command. Then you can ping the website that you want to check. Okay, so for example, I'm wondering why the MMU website is slow. So what I can do is I can ping followed by the address of MMU. Sorry about the focus. Sometimes when I zoom in, it keeps on moving left, right. Okay, so you type the full not the full address, just the URL without the HTTP. Okay, so if you're wondering why it's slow, you can ping the website if the reply is very slow. Okay, the TTL is the time here is very slow, more than 30 seconds is very slow. Okay, so this is the time. Okay, fine. But if it's getting very slow, you can double confirm by pinging either the server is slow or something goes wrong with the server. Okay, this is very common if you see that your other connection to other website is okay, but that particular connection to a particular service is not okay, then you can check. Okay, for streamer, for those who have done the web streaming or OBS streaming exercise, when you run a live stream, usually there's an indicator of your speed. Okay, this is important for a live streamer. You want to know whether your connection is okay or not, there will be an indicator in the software. Okay, so that will be helpful for you to monitor whether your live show is running smoothly or not. Okay, so other than that, you can look at this website. Okay lah, so ya cincau. I haven't read this latest article. What are they highlighting? Okay, so this portal is highlighting some of the interesting issue in Malaysia mobile and telco industry. So here it says what? Okay, so the great news is not really good. Whether good news or not. Previously, not previously. Currently, there's only one company in Malaysia that control the setup of the 5G infrastructure. Okay, the infrastructure includes all the tower, all the related base station, satellite. If it's controlled by one company, there are pros and cons. Maybe it will be called monopoly. Okay, so if one company does everything and no other company are competing, the problem is the quality of the overall service might be not as good as if you have competitors. So this is where the issue is. One of the problem in 5G in Malaysia is people are saying, and actually it's true, the deployment of 5G infrastructure is quite slow. And one of the reasons is because the government policy where they have decided that only this one company, DNB, given the authority to control the network. So the telco have to get permission or get the service from DNB. Okay, so here the great news is there will be a second 5G network provider coming soon. Okay, last year the great news is the merge not really great for the employees. Usually when company merge, sometimes they want to reduce the number of employees. Okay, so what happened is these two big giants, Celcom is ranked either number 1 or number 2. Usually the first spot is either Maxis or Celcom in terms of mobile service provided in Malaysia. And they have merged with this company called previously called Digi. So they changed the name to Celcom Digi. That was the biggest news last year. And in terms of consumer, we don't see much differences other than if you are updating your apps, you will see that the name of the service is now Celcom Digi. In terms of price, I'm a prepaid user. I don't see any reduction in terms of price. Okay, so there's no benefit on my end. Okay, so for other news, sometimes we have to read the news to know what are trending. Okay, service tax are increasing. So in terms of those who are subscribing telco services postpaid, prepaid, I don't see any increment in terms of tax. But here, if you check your bill, maybe your mom and dad are paying for you. so you won't realize, but your mom and dad will look at the price hike. Previously was, is it 6% or 5%? So it will be slightly increased, unless your package is 200 plus or 300 plus per month, then it will be higher. Okay, so from 5 or 6% to 8%. Okay, next. I'll skip some of the slide, not all. So next is platform. Platform can be considered either hardware platform or software platform. If you go for software platform, we divide it into several major platform, which is of course your iOS running on your iPhone and Android running on most other phones. So if you look here, we call it as OS-based platform. We divide or categorize the devices based on their OS. So if you go to this web source, you can check what are the trendy OS. And the biggest change is a few years back, we have Nokia as the main player. How many years back? Maybe 10 years back. Okay. Can we go 10 years back? Okay. Okay, so the biggest change is some of the OS. For example, here Nokia. So if you go way back, here, dying OS like BlackBerry, Nokia OS, okay, they have extinct. Okay, 10 years back, they are very dominant. They are number 1 or 2. Now they are left behind. Okay, so iOS, you can look at the trend last 10 years. Sometimes the color is confusing. You have to point at the line. Okay, so this is the graph for the iOS. iOS is quite stable in the range of 16 to we can say 33%. They are at that range. Okay, whereas Android very dominant in the last 10 years. Okay, very dominant because we have more selection of device, and a lot of people are using Google services. So Google, Android, they come as a great package for those who can't afford iOS and iPhone. Okay, so whereas Nokia and BlackBerry are extinct, maybe reserved for niche market only. Okay, so the Nokia phone maybe still being sold somewhere. Let me check what is the latest Nokia. Okay, so Nokia is still being sold in the market. Nokia 5G 1008. So these are the legendary phone for most user in Malaysia and worldwide as well. Okay, so if you have this phone, probably we call it as a dumb phone, yeah. Okay, so what is a dumb phone? Dumb phone is phone that doesn't do much because it doesn't allow you to install stuff. Okay, but it's used for backup purpose. Okay, the best dumb phone 2025 at 24. Okay, so this phone only useful for SMS and call. Okay, the basic app usually you'll get is the alarm clock and some basic game, but usually it doesn't allow you to install install new game, because that's why it's called dumb phone. It's fixed. The content cannot be modified or upgraded. If you want to upgrade, maybe you have to use a technique which is quite technical. You have to flash, or you have to It's not as easy as using cable. Okay, so that's why it's called dumb phone. Okay, so it's used for backup purpose and very common for people who only use voice call and SMS. They don't want to receive any kind of WhatsApp messages. Okay, so what else? Okay, next, after we have identified what are the popular phone in terms of platform, we know it's Android or iPhone. Okay, and it's very true worldwide, not only not only worldwide is showing that. In Malaysia, more or less the statistic is the same, except in FCM, more iOS than Android based user. Okay, next, so we look at vendor market share, right? So you have to look which company sell the most to the consumer. Okay, so the vendor are the popular name like Samsung, Xiaomi, Realme, okay, Oppo, Vivo. Sometimes I'm not familiar with some of the brand listed because it's not offered widely in Malaysia. For example, uh, where is it the example? The example which is maybe most of us don't know. Last time there was one or two names that we don't know, but now there's only the well-known. Okay, nothing that we don't know. So if you go to Africa, uh, if you go to some other part of the world, you go to Africa, you'll see there's some names that you never heard before. For example, Techno, Infinix, Itel. Okay, so they are targeting other market. Okay, so not worldwide. If you look at this brand Techno, Infinix, and so on, they are not popular in Malaysia. They are popular in Africa. Okay. So you can check by certain country, or you can check in US. There are more iPhone than Android. So here in US, above 50% of the market now dominated by iOS user iPhone. Okay, so the trend is true in US, and another country is UK, United Kingdom. Okay, iPhone is leading the market above 48%. Okay, so these two countries is where two region is where iPhone are leading the market plus FCM. FCM same trend. iOS maybe 2/3 of you are using iOS, and the rest who cannot afford iOS like me resolve to Android. But the good thing about Android is easier to develop because there are more free tools. Okay, and in our class, there's a lot of Android exercise as well. Okay, so next, so we have to identify which are the popular vendor as well. Sometimes you need to test your app. Other than testing based on different platform, you test on iPhone, test on Android, then you go for some popular devices. Not all, because there are so many devices, but at least you test in a few of those big brands. Okay, and one of the brand that have problem in terms of Android is Huawei. So I mentioned that Huawei user you can't access Play Store because of some reason. Okay, so anybody use Huawei? Raise your hand. Maybe some of you use Huawei tablet. I'm not sure. No Huawei user here. Okay, so Huawei cannot access Play Store. Okay, so why they are banned? So you might want to read. If you want to buy Huawei devices, I've mentioned this before. you have to find a way to access Google services. Usually Huawei comes with their own way of downloading the app for Huawei devices without relying on Google Play Store. But the problem is, of course, if you are looking for certain app, if it's not available in Huawei app, then you have to find a way to install it either by using APK installer or any other method. Okay, can they use? Still cannot use. So until 2024, Huawei user have to rely on Huawei App Gallery. So if your app is very popular, usually it's in Huawei. But if the Huawei App Gallery, but if the app is not popular, then you'll have problem. If it's not available in their app gallery, then you have to find a way to bypass the restriction and install it. Okay, so this involves maybe routing or jailbreaking, whatever method you call it in your iPhone or Android. Okay, a way to bypass the restriction made by the manufacturer. So some manufacturer have block certain things. You can't do certain things. Okay, so in a way, it is for security measure, but sometimes the advanced user would like to bypass this. So that's why we are jailbreaking and routing our devices. Okay, I think I will stop at around 5. Stop, not stop lecture, stop the slide, and then move on to the tutorial section. Okay, next, after we have identified the vendor or manufacturer who are the market leader, okay, we can identify by region. Next, what is this? Okay, now we have to identify some characteristic of the apps that useful for us. We are developing content, yeah. So for mobile app, here are some not so interesting history. It started when and so on. You can check every manufacturer or operating system will have their own place or platform where they host the official release of particular app. Okay, so for Android, it's called Google Play Store. For iPhone, Apple App Store. And for Windows Phone, I'm not sure how many of you are using this, but none in the last batch. When we did the survey, nobody used Windows Phone. Okay, Windows Phone, download from Windows Store. BlackBerry, no as well, not in FCM. In the last survey, nobody answered this. Okay, next, the factor. So why you choose an app? When you want to download an app, usually after looking at the platform, you can't install iOS app in Android. Same goes the other way around. You can't install Android in iOS. But there are you can find a way to run. Although it is not 100% working, last time I checked, there are some methods. But usually we don't do it because there's no advantage of doing so. Okay, for example, run APK in iOS. APK is for Android. You can run, but it will not work 100%. Okay, so you can try, but it's not guaranteed to work 100% because APK is meant for Android. How about the reverse? Can you run IPA for iOS on Android? Okay, so this is like running Windows software in Mac, which what are you doing that for? Okay, so it will have some generally it doesn't work, but there will be some way for you to overcome it. Okay, so generally we don't run IPA on Android, but if you want, you can try some of the method, and it's not guaranteed to work Okay, there are some tech people who try to do this. Why? Because probably for developer, okay, you don't want to spend money to buy for every iPhone and every Android, so you want to test it just based on software testing, not on the physical hardware itself. So what you'll do is just test the software on any device and assume that if it works, then it should work on the real device itself. Okay, so generally, if you have restriction on budget to do the testing on multiple devices, that's what we do. Just do simulation and try to run your software on certain platform. Okay, which is usually we don't do this unless we are a developer with a tight budget. Okay, so tight developer, we test the software in cloud. Cloud means we run it online, which is of course not as good as testing it on the device itself. Okay, next, rating and reviews. Relevance is of course the function of the app match what you want. If you're looking for an app that produces ABC, okay, the app offer ABCD. Okay, great, more than what I want. So you install that app. Okay, next factor are rating, reviews, and others. What are others? Maybe what are others? Yeah. So other stuff is of course relevant to your OS. Maybe your OS will perform better if you have that particular app. Okay, that's maybe why you install it. Or the other factor may be the popularity of the app. Most people are using it, so in order to communicate with your other friends who are using the app, you have to install it. Okay, 5 o'clock, great. The rest of the slide, 1, 2, okay, not many, okay. Now let's go to the last slide. Last slide is best mobile app building platform and tool. So in this subject, we'll be covering some platform free one. If I forgot to mention, for this class, don't use any paid subscription or non-free item. Use all free first. If you are required to pay, I will state in the instruction. You have to buy this. But so far, I try to avoid. The last time that I asked some student to buy is we buy a hosting service. Okay, hosting service. Okay, so to become a real developer, of course, you have to publish in Play Store and iOS Store, which require you to pay the fee. There's one-time fee for Google Play Store developer. Or is it the reverse? Let me check the fee. Free Play Store versus Apple Store. What's the latest? Huh? Since I'm not paying any fees, so I'm not aware of the latest fee. Okay, so the latest fee, okay, this is the latest. If you are a developer, single payment, 25. Okay, for Apple, 99 annually. So that's why you'll get, if you search for any app, you'll get less result in Apple. Okay, if you want to become Apple developer, the process is more strict and the payment is higher. That's why less number of app in Apple Store compared to Android. Android, you have a lot of apps and most of it is containing a lot of advertisement because that's how they make money, display advertisement in the apps itself. Whereas in Apple, iOS, iPhone, you'll see better quality app in general and less advertisement. Okay, so from advertiser point of view, you are advertiser, right? You are taking advertisement. The best way to make money is from advertisement. You should go for Play Store. You want to display your advertisement on the app, make money from advertisement. That's where the place to generate income from advertisement. But if you want to generate money from the apps itself, people are paying for the app, then Apple is the platform. Apple iOS users are willing to pay for a better overall experience of an app. Okay, so that's the general behavior of Apple and Android mobile consumer. Okay, so in terms of developer point of view, these are the kind of fees that you have to pay. Any changes? I think this $25 have been around for a few years. There's no changes. Okay, next, our exercise. So our exercise will be focusing on what we call online mobile app building platform. Okay, they are cloud-based. You can build the app. Some are focusing on design. Some focusing on data to app. Okay, for example, Zoho. Zoho is from data to app. Okay, so we are going to explore that in different way. Okay, another popular one is AppSheet. Okay, so this one is from data to app. Okay, data to app will be looking like very tabular design. Tabular looks like table because it is dealing with data. You are displaying data from your database, from Microsoft Excel, from Google Sheet. Okay, so these are the different approach when you design your app. One is you are more from data kind of background. You want to display data to your phone. The other way is you are focusing on the design itself. So if you are designers, probably you prefer something more fancy than this. So AppSheet is very useful. Usually you can create your personalized app. Okay, we'll explore this in another week. So this is a different approach of creating a beginner level of app where you deal with data and then you generate an app. Whereas for designer, maybe you are more interested with the design. So as a designer, probably you start off with a prototyping tool like I mentioned last week. In our class, we'll be exploring some prototyping tool. Best mobile prototype. Okay, so for this semester, I haven't decided, but Figma must be in the list. As I mentioned last week, Figma, some of you asked, okay, are we going to use Adobe SD or we can use anything? Okay, you'll follow the software or platform that I've mentioned. If I'm using Figma, you use Figma. If I use, last time we use, what is it? Not listed here. So it's not getting popular. They have come up with different listings for this time. Okay, so let me check. Last time we used, it's no longer listed. I think this is one of the tools that I have introduced in the assignment. Proto.io, yeah, it's still listed. Okay, so this one of the easy one. Proto.io compared to other tool, it is download based. You have to install the software if I'm not mistaken. Let me check, is it Proto.io or ProtoPie? There's another one, ProtoPie. So this one I think web based. The other one is something Proto as well, but forgot what's the name. Okay, never mind. But Figma is definitely on the list. Okay, so for today, we go for online web building, web app, online web-based app builder, which is Buildfire, and another one is Goodbubble, but I haven't screen record the Goodbubble. Okay, so this is the third one, goodbubble.com. Okay, we have two on your Microsoft team. Okay. The problem is if the whole class access the platform at the same time, I'm not sure you can get through 138 of us accessing the platform. If the lecturer say, okay, now we access, we are going to be blocked. Some of you will not, I'm not sure, I haven't tested with the latest platform. This platform, we try this semester, whether it's supporting or not. Okay, we have 138. Okay, so the second one is something new that I try for your batch. Okay, so this one I haven't tested for previous batch. App Institute, because it's quite simple and similar to Good Bubble and Build Fire. So App Institute, yeah. Okay, so there are two here and one more. Okay, one more. Not many. 1, 2, 3. Just nice. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Build Fire, some of you have submitted, right? Status view. Nobody have submitted anything. Okay, great. Not done. Okay. Right. So let's try to go to the website together. Let's see how many of you can get through. Okay, 100. Suddenly there's a spike in Buildfire traffic. They will be alerted. Buildfire.com. Okay, so if the whole class access buildfire.com, can you get through or not? Or it says that you can't get through. Wait or come back again. Okay, sign in. Can you try to sign in and see how many of you get blocked? If you're blocked, can you put in the chat? Because I haven't tested with 100 plus students at the same time. So I'm not sure whether you'll be blocked or not. Okay, if you're blocked, please tell me. Okay, so you can try. Anybody blocked? Okay, nobody got blocked. Okay, so you can proceed with the good bubble. Okay, so the purpose of the app when you attend any app building course, the first one is you must have an objective. Okay, the apps must have target audience. The app must have specific function, specific selling point. Then people will start using it. But this time is we are exploring, so we are not building a specific app for any specific purpose. So the outcome of the app is just specific thing that I want you to put into the content. Yeah, so don't try to justify. Okay, this app is for something. No need to justify. This app is for what? No need. You just complete the content to show that you already explore the items that is listed. Okay, so for the good bubble, sorry, not good bubble. The first one, build fire. You have to put your photo. Okay, so the app, nobody will download an app about you. You are not going to promote the app. Okay, so we are going to explore how to insert this, insert that. That's it. Okay, so the app doesn't have a justified purpose. The purpose of the exercise is just exploration. Okay, so bear in mind, we are not justifying the use of the app. We are just exploring the content at this point. So in next stage where you have to propose an app, then you have to justify this app is like this because these are the user requirement. Okay, same like when you did other project, website project. Okay, you have to justify the usage, justify the objective, justify the cost. Everything has to be justified, calculated, planned before you build the app. But now we have a platform that allows us to play around, so we just play around. So buildfire.com allows us to play around with the app. So your first assignment is easy, which was last week, and some of you registered today or this week, so you haven't submitted the, I think since it's here ready to grade, I'm not sure whether those who registered the subject today can submit or not. Can you try to, those who registered this week, then of course it's not fair because, for you if you did not submit because you just recently registered. Can you try to submit? Or you can't access it anymore. With one is actually free mark for you just to record yourself and enter Microsoft Teams in your phone, which is, what is it for? It's to notify you instantly about announcement. Okay, and I believe it's a free mark for you. Consider free lah, very easy. Within a few minutes you have done it. So I think I will allow you to submit, especially those who register late. Some of you registered after I done the lecture. So you are, maybe you already passed the due date. How to open? Yeah, let me check whether I can open the due date. Edit. Okay, let me extend so that those who haven't, especially because you registered late, can be submit. Okay, so these are free mark. Can you submit by tomorrow? This one. Update. All current and future students. Last week was 120 plus, I think, the total of students. Now 170 plus. Okay, 170, 106. Okay, so next we look at assignment number 2.1 to 2.1, 2.2. So for build fire, okay, the instruction is, if I forgot to mention, the instruction is always 16 by 9, 720. Okay, so this is generally the rule. If I forgot to mention, the size of your video, unlike Google Drive, there's a limit to the size of file that you can upload to Microsoft Teams. So if you exceed the size, please compress the video. Yeah. For student, I'm not sure. If I'm not mistaken, it's 150 meg. Can you check whether it's correct or not? The limit for student to upload file is 150 meg, if I'm not mistaken. So if you use 4K quality, no need lah. 720 is okay for me. 16 by 9, if I forgot, that's the criteria. Okay, next, another criteria is 0 for lateness. Okay. Okay, so that's 3. I think if I forgot to mention, is same throughout the semester. Okay. So the requirement for build fire is quite easy. Use free tools in build fire itself. If you want to do some fancy stuff, you have to pay. So just use the free tools. Okay, what you want to do is, you should do is customize the logo. I forgot to tell you that you should customize the shortcut logo as well. This one is logo on the screen, on the home screen, and the logo on the content itself. So logo you can draw with any logo creator. Okay, so last semester you already created logo for those who have taken MCR subject. For this semester, you can recycle your logo, or maybe this year you want to change your identity, then you can. Online logo creator. So logo, as I mentioned, there are a few good practice of logo. I need to reiterate or repeat this. If you look at popular logo, they are all very simple. Okay, I am repeating this for the sake of new students. Okay, they are all very simple, 1 or 2 color or 3 color at most. Okay, especially well-known logo. Why? Easy for them to print on any surface, whether large billboard or newspaper. Easy to recognize from far and away, because 1 color or 2 color are easy to recognize. All are flat design, not 3D. If you look at the logo design, all are flat. No 3D, no shadow, no gradient, flat color mostly. Okay, that's the style. Okay, so stick with that style. And most of the logo are vector based. Okay, it's not based on picture. Vector, yeah. So line that you can draw You can zoom in, zoom out easily without pixelation. Okay, so if you are using your own picture as a logo, is not a good way. Okay, your picture must be one or two color only. Okay, that is suitable. Like this one or two colors, Starbucks, and it should be vector format. If you use photograph as logo, it's not a good practice. So come up with a good logo. Within a few minutes, you can come up with nice looking logo from logo designer, online logo designer. Okay, what else? Then you have to put 3 pictures of yourself, you with your friend or you yourself, as long as it's you. Okay. Why? Because it's a proof that you are doing the project. If I ask any picture, then it's not justified whether you did the project or not. Of course, nobody will download an app about you. This is exploration exercise. Okay, and the second exercise, again, nobody will buy your souvenir, but the exercise is for exploration. So just to confirm that you have explored, I've made the requirement is you have to put souvenir that you have to generate the mockup using any method that you want. Okay, so the video must contain your photo. Yeah, so you can easily use a mockup. So example, in my section, you can use Canva mockup. Even Canva have mockup nowadays. Canva mockup. In Figma also have mockup. Mockup means we want our design appear on certain surface. Okay, usually popular surface will be, okay, you can go to Canva mockup, or if you are using Figma, you search for mockup plugin. Figma user, after you done your design, sometimes you want to mock up your design onto a surface on a tablet or a phone, you can use mockup. Okay, so in your app, you have to sell or upload 3 different souvenir contain your photo, real photo. If you want to put other stuff as decoration, fine, but the mockup must contain your photo. So here in Canva, there are mockup for a lot of stuff. You can search for souvenirs mockup like t-shirt, caps, or so on. Okay, so in Figma, if you've done your design in Figma, you look for the plugin called mockup. That's the easier way for you to paste your design onto a mockup. If you have been designing in Figma, you don't have to leave Figma. You just go to your plugin. So many projects. Huh? Okay, so you go to your plugin and add the plugin called Figma. Sorry, Figma Mockup plugin. Figma Mockup. Okay, so mockup plugin for Figma user. Okay, you can mockup right from Figma by using several kind of mockup plugin. Okay, so here t-shirt, you can put your design onto the t-shirt, onto the mark. Okay, so the third one I haven't recorded. The third one is another popular platform among beginner called Good Bubble. I haven't recorded. Okay. Okay, so first two I already recorded. The third one, you watch this recording. Okay, so what you should do in Good Bubble, okay, you can build any app, but one of the content must contain, I'll make it simple, must contain a Google Map. What kind of map? Okay. Okay, Google Map, with your Google Map. Okay, so if you search for create your Google Map, we are going to put this content in Good Bubble. Okay, so this is the third one, 2.3. Since all of it is very easy, okay, Good Bubble is the third one. Some of you say, okay, this is not the correct class. This class is too heavy. Don't worry, those who have taken my class previously, they survive and get A as well. Okay, so if you see 2.123, oh my God, that's too many. But actually, you survived right last time. Although with some complaint, okay, naturally people will complain with a lot of assignment. If I put everything in one instruction, then it will look less. If I just put assignment week 2, there's 3 items. Okay, then it's look very easy. But if I put the submission in different submission link, then people will start complaining. Just like the last time when we did the AI exploration, we have 5 activities. If I put everything 5 in one submission, it will look very easy, right? So maybe when you see there's 5 submission, 5.1, oh sorry, 4.123 of some students start have this perception of this is too heavy. Whereas after you have completed the exercise, okay, it was quite simple. You can do it within a few minutes. Okay, so week 2, I use the same instruction but different content. Yeah. So actually, you don't have to spend too much time on customizing unrelated content. You just focus on the content that we want in the app. Yeah. So if I say photo of you, you just focus on photo of you. You don't have to spend time to explore some other things if it's not necessary, because they are very similar. Bill Fire, Good Barber, and the second one, app, what something. Okay, the second one is what I keep on forgetting. App Institute, because it's a new one. The Bill Fire have been introduced way back in other batches. Okay, so the third one is W2.3 is Good Barber. Similar approach of these 3 platforms have similar approach. The similarity is they have a fixed template where you cannot customize very much, which is a turn off for most designer, because you can't play with the layout, you can't play with the content, but good for beginner. So we are in week 2, beginner, right? So for beginner level, they just put the content inside the template. So beginner love this approach very much. Okay, so for the third one, for the Good Barber, you can register free account, use any template. One of the screen must have Google Map. That's it. Okay, to prove that it is your personal Google Map. Okay, how to build your personal Google Map? Okay, you search, create your own Google Map, and there's a link where you can create your own map. Click on the link. For some reason, it's difficult to find this link if you go to Google Map directly. Okay, so it say, okay, you can create your map. Okay, get started, and we can build our own map. Yeah. Okay, so after you are there, you can add, you can build your own map and make it public. Let me test first. Okay, so after you are there, you'll get this. Huh? Okay, so this map must be in Good Barber. What kind of map? Okay, give what, okay, map. Okay, this is easy. MMU to home map. Just to prove that it's yours. If you have multiple home, you can add the map more than two places direction, yeah. So you add direction from one place to another place, yeah. So let's say we want MMU cyber. Okay, so you add this to your map. Okay, there you go, Multimedia University, and you search the destination. Let's say you are living in Jakarta. I'm not sure whether how many Indonesian I have in this class. Let's say our friend are living in Jakarta. Okay, then find a way to connect these two locations. All right. Okay, so here you can explore, draw a line at driving route, at the driving route. Okay, at the driving route. Can we drive across the street? What are the advice? Take ferry after that. Okay, I think I have to draw. Okay, at the driving route from KL, at the driving route from KL to Jakarta. Okay, so you add the driving route at destination MMU. Okay, so this is the advice. You have to drive through here and then cross the sea, and then okay. So after you're done, what else you can do? You can draw the route, or you can have alternative route. Okay, so here other than this path, you can introduce another path. Okay, then once you're done, you can embed the map. So embed this in Google Bubble. How to embed? You click share. Okay, anyone, wait, to share. Where's the embed? Sorry. To share using code is here. Embed on my side. Okay. The one if you click share here, you'll get hyperlink. We don't want hyperlink. We want the code. So it will be embed on my side. Okay. So in Good Bubble, you have to find a way to embed this map. Okay. You can customize, make it from your home to MMU or the other way around. Okay. So put this map in your Good Bubble content. Okay, so create an app, and one of the page or screen in app we call it a screen. One of the screen, okay, any template. In one of the screen, you embed your Google Map. So I think it doesn't take long. Okay, so you can customize the logo, enter your app. Okay, you can use your name. Travel from home to your campus. Okay. The difference Good Bubble allows you to publish, yeah, compared to the other two. The other two require you to pay before you publish, but this one is generous enough to allows us to actually publish without paying. So the publish button is available without payment. Okay, so one of the content must contain the map, yeah. So how to edit the content? Okay, you go to content section, content list. One of the screen, there are a lot of screen, many okay, because it's coming from the template. If you don't want the content, okay, you can delete. So one of the content must contain the map, yeah. So you select any screen and decide, okay, add element, embed the Google Map. All right, hopefully it works. Last time it worked. Now preview, hopefully it worked. I haven't tested recently. What's the map? Okay. Save. All right, I haven't saved this now. All right, so it still work. Forgot to click save. Okay, so the map is a personalized map. How do we know? There you go. Your name should appear here, personalized map. Okay, so for Good Barber, you can play around with any content, but the requirement for Good Barber is you must insert a personalized map. If the step is too fast just now, you can refer to my recording. So Good Barber assignment is similar exploration, but the compulsory content that you must have is insert a personalized Google map in to make it easy just in the home screen, on the main screen or home screen. Okay. Okay, so that's the third one. Very easy, right? Insert your personal Google map. Okay, the map is map home to MMU or any. Okay, so this is the requirement. Your map from home to MMU with alternative route. In Google Map, we can select different route. If you want select to a different route, usually we can drag the line, right? You get different routes. Okay, assign. Okay. Due date same next Monday. Next Monday, I think. I'm not sure whether you want class or not. I'm okay if you want class. I think okay lah. Okay. Most of you not traveling, right? You already reach. You are already at home, so you are not traveling. So you should attend the class. All current student. Okay, assign. Okay. Sometimes you see that I update the assignment. If it's a major update, I will tell you what are the major update. But usually I change the spelling or the word. That's it. If the update because sometimes I realize we'll get notification even the lecturer update certain things in the activity feed. If I update even spelling or I deleted a few words, it will notify you. So if you are annoyed with the notification, you can turn off. But if it's a major update, let's say I change the due date, I will put it in the content. What are the major updates? If I'm just correcting spelling or deleted some word because maybe the grammar is wrong, sometimes after typing, because I'm not using the app version, maybe the app version have better correction tools. But here, if I type in the web, sometimes I didn't notice any notification about spelling mistake or grammar mistake. Okay, so that's it on my part. Bullfire, Aptitude, Good Barber are all similar. Template-based approach, web-based. In upcoming week, we'll have different kind of approach where you can publish your app. Some are even easier than this, but all of them have pros and cons. So we look at different platforms for the sake of opening your perspective on how we can actually generate or develop an app with the best method. Yeah, so we have multiple methods to actually develop app, and sometimes we are not develop 100% the content. 100% the app. We are focusing on specific content. Example, in a specific week, we'll be focusing on specific type of content. Here is not mentioned, but one of the exercises we are focusing on AR only. We are focusing on AR content. So augmented reality, instead of becoming a user, we'll be developing some of the AR ourselves. Okay, I will allow Bill Fire. I need to register. Use your non-MMU account, your other Gmail, other than Gmail. Yeah. If too many at the same time, maybe you are blocked. Okay, so wait a few more minutes before you can register. I hope by the end of 1 week, all of you can register. That's what I'm predicting. If most of us, all of us, 170, now 140, right? In my list, I think 160 already. Go to the same website at the same time during class hour. This is what happened. Some of you won't get access. Some of you will be facing slow connection. So that's the challenges of using cloud-based tool in live classes or physical classes. If I have 70 students and all of you are doing the same task, visiting the same website, registering at the same time from the same room, they will detect that it might be some kind of attack. Okay, attack means people are either just visiting your website just to make it more congested, okay, so that other people cannot visit. So that's the easier explanation of what we call a network attack or DDoS attack. Um, unnecessary traffic directed to the server just to make it congested so that people can't access it. Okay, with that, I think I will allow you to use your mic now for question and answer. Now you can use your mic or simply put your question in. Don't leave yet. I haven't screen record your names. So let me have a backup of your names first. Okay, allow mic. Oh, I already allow. I thought I disabled just now. Okay, so you can use your mic. I forgot to click save just now. Okay, so you can use your mic. So before that, let me screen record all your names just for backup. Let me scroll through. So this ID 118 ni siapa ni? So you have to unverified. Can you say something? Who are you? 118 12. Okay, so if your name doesn't appear unverified or you are using other account than enemy account, you have to say something in the chat. So later I can check the chat. What is your real name? Okay, I think most of you use MMU account. Unless you can log in, say something in the chat. Who are you? Otherwise, I can verify your attendance. 51 more. Okay, let me get the 51 more. I can't get. Okay, that's it. If you have no other question, you may leave the session. If you have question, wait for me to answer. Personal email, use personal email other than MMU. Okay, just put your question or switch on your mic. Thank you for your time. And for those who are fasting, happy buka puasa. Okay, and see you next Monday. So far class is on. 2 days before Raya. Who want to attend class 2 days before Raya? But it's still on lah, according to the plan, still on. Hopefully you will be there. Okay.
Sir.
Yes.
Hi sir, my name is Ganesh.
Okay.
I want to ask about the in one assignment that sir mentioned we must put 3D video.
Your video, yeah.
Okay, the 3D video, we must put our old assignment or we can take the new one because the old assignment I think I don't have. So
the video is video. The 3D is your 3D work. Two different things. Which one? 3D video is video yourself. 3D you upload your 3D to Sketchfab.
The 3D work one. The 3D work one is the that one's a table rotation, right, sir?
Without rotation also fine because it will be rotated in Sketchfab. Static model also fine.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, let me off the recording. I think not required.
Sir, kalau attendance mana?
It's currently automatic.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Hello sir, yang number tu saya sir.
Siapa tu? Siapa?
Yang 118 120 1944.
Type your name in the chat. Later I can see.
Okay.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Okay, those from clashing class, apa?
Sana nak check answer. Tak boleh.
Tak boleh chat. Oh, unverified. Tak boleh chat. Apa ni? Oh, kalau unverified kan nak chat. So what's your name?
Muhammad Fauzan.
Muhammad Fauzan. Oh, my previous student lah, ITA student kan? Okay, Muhammad Fauzan attended. Why you cannot enter using your normal ID?
Tak boleh, dia macam pelik. Tak berapa nak reti lagi guna.
Tak ada guna lah, aduh. Ask your housemate friends why you cannot log in. Maybe it's different setting.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Can I use the last video from week assignment? Last video, what? Yeah, you can use that video, your introduction video. Yes, can. The video must be hosted online. You upload to YouTube and then insert in Bill file. Attendance, hopefully automatic. Attendance meeting info. I'll get attendance report after it's ended. Now I can get the report. Okay, any other question?
Sir,
Okay.
nak tanya, how do I put the Sketchfab punya file in build file tu?
Okay, in Sketchfab, you choose embed.
Okay, dah.
Okay, in build file, you click the tiny icon bracket symbol. It's in my video.
Yep.
In the content editor, there's two to insert image, insert video. One of it, small icon, is to insert code.
Okay.
Okay. Found it. It only works in home screen or screen that support editor.
Jumpa sir.
Dah jumpa, okay?
Okay, alright. Thank you sir. Okay. Thank you sir.
Welcome. Okay, I will end the meeting. Any other question that I missed?
Can I ask, do I have to put video picture for the attitude?
Again, can't hear you.
There's three assignment, right? For the last one, do I have to put my picture and my video too?
No need. No need.
Okay.
But if you want, also can.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, for this assignment, we must record ourselves that we are doing this process.
No need. You just record the app running on your screen and on your phone. You don't have to record yourself.
Running on screen means in monitor, the laptop and in the phone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, only two of you, I think. Lan, Swetcheng, and Ganesh. Who else from Falsafa class? How many of you take? Just now, how many students were in the class? Falsafa class. How many attended? You can
Sir,
join.
we cannot join in the Falsafa class.
Oh.
Something,
So have you contacted the lecturer?
We try, but the lecturer tell that he upload the link ready, but we saw in the what EBVs and Teams also not there the link.
Okay. How about last week? No class. Last week you can join or cannot?
We never get the link yet to join
Never
the.
get. Okay, great.
We tried to email FCM also, but still no reply anything.
The lecturer is from different faculty, not FCM. From FF what? Live.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's all. All right. See you next Monday.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. How to stop? Okay, stop recording.